Hi guys, it's Ed from Optimal for Fitness. Today I've got a bit of a companion with me. There's a good reason he's here actually. I wanted to explain to you or go through what actually a calorie deficit is and what it means and why people or I bang on about it being so important all the time. The reason I've got Simba here is because he's actually lost 5 kg in the last few weeks, and it's quite a good sort of way of explaining why it works and what it is and how it happens. So the postman just came in and it kind of went all awry, but you get the idea. I'm going to explain how it all works. Please like, subscribe guys, and let's get into it. So guys, I've moved upstairs to get a bit of peace and quiet. The dog was going mad at the postman. So anyway, but he is relevant in this, that's why I put him in the beginning of it. A calorie deficit, why is it so important? Pretty much all a calorie deficit means is that you eat less than you burn in a day. Now, whether you train or not is irrelevant in that. It's literally, that's it. So eating less than you burn in a day. Now, the reason I mentioned Simba is because Simba's lost, 5 kg? Simba's the dog's name, by the way. So, he's lost 5 kg over the last, say, month. Now, that's quite a lot of weight. It's almost 10 pounds, nearly a stone. Now, nothing happened with Simba apart from he was eating a food that was too calorific for him, that he shouldn't be eating. He still has the same amount of walks. He walks twice a day. He still lounges around the house the rest of the time. He still does everything the same, just his food's changed and the amount he's eaten has changed. So therefore, he's eating less. He's losing weight because he's in a calorie deficit. Now, I know he's a dog and he's not a human, but it's the same principles of the laws of physics or dynamics or whatever the hell it is, right? Okay, it's still the same principle, and it's the same with people. What the calorie deficit is, you have something called your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. That puts together how much you burn as a standing, sitting here right now. If I didn't move out of bed, I'd have a basal metabolic rate. It puts together how much you burn when you move, when you're just walking. It puts together how much you burn when you eat food. It puts together how much you burn when you train. And all these things are put into a sum, and it comes out with an amount of energy measured in calories. So mine will be somewhere around, my maintenance level will be somewhere around 2,700. Now, what you do to get into deficit is you'll take 500 off that total. That will give you your calorie deficit. Now, what the clever scientist people know or worked out, not me, people far more clever than me, they've worked out that the person will need 3,500 calories in deficit. You need to use up 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat. So if you have your deficit and you go, we've done into our deficit for a week and we've gone 500, 500, 500, 500 every day, that equals 3,500. So if you work out your calorific deficit and you do it for a week solid, that is a pound a week lost of weight loss, right? Now, the real reason why I like a calorie deficit over anything else or any other diet or anything is because the same rule applies for that as for any other diet. I don't care whether you want to do Weight Watchers, whether you want to do Slimming World, whether you want to do the keto diet, whether you want to do a vegan diet, whether you want to do the Atkins diet, like all these other things, they're all different diets, all different diet plans, all saying you can eat a certain thing and not eat a certain thing. The carnivore diet, it's all the same. Where the real facts behind all of them, anyone who has lost weight has been in a calorie deficit. Vegans, for instance, I know people who've gone vegan and say they feel great. Now that's fantastic, and I'm really glad for them, and they've wanted to do that, their choice, brilliant. But have they lost weight because they're in a vegan diet or because they've taken all the crap out of their diet that has loads of calories in and now they just eat vegetables? It's very hard to go into a calorie surplus if you're just eating vegetables. The same with a keto diet. They've just taken out a whole macronutrient. So they only eat protein and fats, mainly fats. Now, although fats have more calories in, they're not having any carbohydrates whatsoever, right? Very restrictive. Slimming World Weight Watchers, they tell you can have sins that have got no energy in them. You know, you can eat potatoes, they're sin-free. That's like ridiculous. Everything has calories in them. Everything does. Like, otherwise I'd be doing that Little Britain sketch. Dust, anyone? Dust. So That's why I'm a big fan of the calorie deficit. Now, where exercise comes in is, say that you're really good and you have your 3,500 calories you save in a week because you're in your deficit of 500 a day. If you then go and do a training session, right, you might burn 400 calories in that training session. If you train twice a week, you might burn 800 calories. If you train 3 times a week, 1,200. The more you do, the more you'll burn, the better you'll feel. Now, as to what type of exercise, that depends what type of result you want for your body. Do you want to be toned and defined and have good range of movement and good posture and healthy joints? Then I would recommend resistance training. That's why I do resistance training with most people. It's quite a good deal. Do you want to have better cardio? Run, cycle. Do you want to not have any to muscle tone or anything at all? You're not bothered about that. You just want to lose the weight? Then you probably might walk more or something. The actual exercise depends up to you. There's just different forms of doing it, but I'm not going to go too much more into that today. I just wanted to concentrate on the calorie deficit, why it's important and why I say that's so important and why I get my clients to do it. And that's it really, guys. It's just a really simple way of tracking your food. Now, you do have to track your food to start with. I use my Fitness Pal with people, with myself. It's great. You can scan off the packets of how much energy is in what, how many calories are in each food or each meal, which is right, it's really good. Now, I know you'll be like, I don't want to track my food, it's a bit complex stuff. It's actually not that much effort to start with. And I actually promise you, after like 2-3 weeks, you'll realize how much of what you can have and you'll find it a lot easier to do. So, that is why I recommend a calorie deficit. That's why I go on about it. That's why I think it's the number one thing to do to burn weight, to lose weight. That is why I recommend to everyone. The other bits of like, do this fat burning exercise, it's the best for fat burn. If you do bigger body movements, yes, they're going to burn more fat because you're using bigger muscles. Remember, muscle burns fat, not your heart and lungs. Another really important thing when it comes to losing weight. But outside that, calorie deficit, get it on the go, make sure you're doing it, and that's why it's so simple. Whether you're a dog like Simba or a human like me, the same thing applies to us all. Eat less, move more, do what movement makes you happy, and yeah, crack on with it. So I hope that gives a bit of clarity, guys. If you're still a bit confused or you're not quite sure, please let me know. Please drop me a line, comment below, or send me an email. My contact details are below. As ever, if you want me to read to make this a bit simpler, my free ebook, Fitness Made Simple, is in the link below. And you can actually sort out your own calories because I've got a calorie calculator in there which works out your TDE, so it does it the proper way. It doesn't just give everyone the same amount of calories. So check those out. Use those by all means. That's why they're there. And yeah, please like and subscribe, guys. Always love the support. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.